I got shut down in Lamar, Colorado last night. US 27 was closed. And due to bad weather, I'm down here not too far from the Oklahoma state line. They don't really have the equipment to take care of the roads too well. So they have a tendency they'll shut it down if it gets too bad. As you can see, it's real patchy right now. They didn't get a whole awful lot of snow, but enough. Now it's real patchy where I'm at. It's like driving on a washboard just about. And that's worse than just driving on sheet ice. In my opinion, you know, it's real rough. Bounces your truck around. Anyways, I'm doing a lot better time. But now to give some more tips on driving in ice and snow and things that keep you safe, keep you alive, and keep your truck or your equipment, even if you're in a car, you can use some of this stuff. Keep it all in one piece, help you get where you're going. So right now I've got a load that delivers to Louisiana. I'm supposed to be there tomorrow. I'm not going to be there tomorrow morning. They want it there in the morning, and I'm not going to be there in the morning. But I'm not worried about that. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to let anybody push me. I got a phone call this morning from a broker, and I let the broker know what was going on. I informed them the roads were closed, and that I was going to do what I had to do to be safe, and I didn't really care what they thought I should be doing, and I didn't tell them that. In a roundabout way, I said, you know, I got to do what's best for the equipment and for the load. And I said, I know y'all want it there in the morning, but it's just not going to happen. So, here I am now. I'm going down the road. I'm taking it really nice and easy. I have my RPMs are very, very low. They're down about
Can't go 25, man.
1,000 RPMs. And I'm doing about 41 mile an hour. I hear a driver back there.
At least 40.
I hear a driver talking about, well, you can't go 25. I don't know if he's back behind me, one of them back behind me, or what. I'm doing 40.
Incredible, you know. The prime guy is not stuck in traffic. It's another guy in front of him.
Anyways, I don't care what he thinks. I don't care what they might say. They might think I need to drive faster. I've driven in a lot of this stuff before. I've got a lot of experience on roads like this. And I don't care what anybody says. They try and tell me I need to speed up. I'm driving my truck, not them. It's the same way with a broker or a dispatch or whatever. I'm the one driving this truck. It's my reputation. It's my life. And it's people's lives around me. So you got to take all that into consideration. Now I'm going up the hill right now. I'm taking it easy. Like I said earlier, I have my RPMs real low. They're about 1,200, a little under 1,200 RPMs. One thing I don't want to do is break traction going up a hill or going down a hill. Either one. Going up a hill, if I come to a stop, I'm not going to get up this hill. I'm going to be stuck. So I need to keep my RPMs low to help me get traction. I have my differential lock on. And I'm just feathering the throttle. I mean, just barely touching it. Just enough to keep me moving down the road. And another thing is, whenever the road has a curve in it, like this one does, you can see I'm driving kind of close to the middle unless if I have traffic coming towards me. When I have traffic coming towards me, I'll move over to the right a little bit. But the more I can stay close to the middle of the road whenever there's a crown in it, whenever it's raised in the center, the better off I'll be, because if you have a tendency, when there's a crown in the road, there's a tendency to pull to the side that's to the downward slope, you know. So you always want to stay as close to the middle as possible, as long as there's not traffic. If there's traffic coming at you, you need to move over and give them room. Slowly move over, pay attention, watch far ahead of you. But you want to give them plenty of room, and yourself plenty of room. You know, there's all sorts of stuff that can happen out here. Happen to yourself, either by mistake or sometimes just not paying attention, you know. We all make mistakes, we're all human. But, I don't claim to know everything about doing this kind of stuff, about driving on this kind of roads. But I do have a pretty good record for it. I'm not scared of it. I'll drive on it, but I'll take my time. I'm not going to get in any hurry, and I'm not going to risk my life or anybody else's. And that's the key to this. It's all about safety. It's not about time. Just, if you're on e-logs or whatever, you're thinking about your hours, forget about that stuff. If you're thinking about your hours and thinking about how much time you have left to drive, you know what, you need to get off the road because you're going to be rushing up and down the road. You're going to be a danger to yourself and to other people around you. You don't want to be real tense doing this kind of stuff. You don't want to be all stiff and tense. You want to be relaxed. You want to be comfortable. You don't want to be overly confident in yourself. That's a danger too. But you don't want to be all stiff and making erratic movements with your hands or on the steering wheel or anything. You don't want to apply your brakes at all. If I can avoid it, I'm not going to touch my brakes. If I do touch them, I'm barely going to touch them. Barely going to touch them. I see I'm coming up on other vehicles up here in front of me. If I have to slow down, like, I see that I'm getting close to these vehicles, I say close, I'm probably about a quarter of a mile away from them. I want to keep that kind of distance between me and them. I want to keep a long distance. I don't want to be right behind them. If that truck jackknifes, I want to be able to come to a complete stop without tearing up my equipment. So I'm just going to take it easy and hang out back here. And, like I said, I got my differential lock in. That helps out with the traction and stuff. I'm real easy on my steering wheel, make very slow adjustments, very easy adjustments. I don't want to shock the truck. Say if I turn my wheel to the left real hard, they grab traction, and then it broke traction again, I'm going into a jackknife. Or if I turn it to the right, vice versa, either way, you know. Or if I floored it, I'm going to lose traction. I'm going to start losing the drives of the truck are going to start coming out from underneath the trailer. If I slam on my brakes, the possibility of my trailer coming around my side is real big, so I don't want to do that either. So your mind, you got to keep your mind clear. Your mind's always working doing this. You always need to pay attention. If you can avoid it, don't talk on the phone. It's not a good idea to be talking on the phone in this kind of weather. I won't do it. If I'm on the phone with my wife or family member, my dad, me and my dad talk a lot. I have some other friends who I talk to. I just tell them, hey, look, I'm in bad weather. I need to concentrate on what I'm doing. We don't need to talk right now. You know, I'll call you later. And the thing is, for a lot of newer drivers, I see a lot of people that get scared. You know, they get petrified of this stuff. The thing is, going 40 miles an hour. If something, Lord willing, if something happened, I'm not going to do a whole lot of damage to my truck. I'm not going to do a whole lot of damage to my trailer. I like to, it's something my dad says, I guess. In an already risky job, you do all that you can to minimize the risk. They say truck driving is one of the most risky jobs there is. And, in order to minimize those things, you take certain precautions almost in a strategic way to make sure that you don't end up in a wreck. And my biggest thing, it's not so much myself. I don't want to hurt anybody else. I think about my wife, my little boy, or my dad, my mom, or different family members, whoever it may be, or close friends, you know. What if I were the one going down the road doing 100 miles an hour, 60 miles an hour, and say, well, I have enough skill to do this, but then I get into a wreck. You know, whenever you're on this kind of stuff, I've heard that before. Oh, it depends on your skill set, how fast you go. I don't believe that. I don't agree with that. This stuff, if you have no traction, you have no traction. And I've heard that so much, and I disagree with that 100%. What it depends on is how safe you can be. And going down this stuff, driving down a road like this, doing 60 miles an hour, and I've seen people doing this before. It's ridiculous. There's no calling it, and it's dangerous, and it's deadly to themselves and to everybody else around them. Like this truck headed towards me, you know, I don't know that person. They may have a family, though, and they need to be able to go home to their family today, or tomorrow, or next week, whenever it may be. But that's a lot of the reason why I do what I do. So, keep your RPMs low. Don't be afraid to lock your differentials in. Keep your following distance. Take it easy. Don't listen to what anybody says. Don't worry about the time. Time doesn't matter whenever you're doing stuff like this. That's irrelevant. Do the best that you can, and don't worry about the rest. As long as you give it your best, nobody can blame you. You can't blame yourself for not delivering a load on time or feeling inadequate about, well, I didn't do my job as good as I could have. You did your job your best. If you make it through this in one piece, you did your job the best that you could, like a professional, no matter how long it takes. Eventually, you're going to drive out of it. That's always a positive. I know that if I keep going south, I'm going to get out of this mess. Maybe it might be 5 hours, but if by golly, if it takes me 5 hours, I'm going to get through it and I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to shut it down. Not on this. I'll just keep on trucking. But anyways, I just wanted to share this with you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day today. God bless and be safe, whoever may watch this video. Be careful out here and keep the rubber down and the shiny side up. Catch you on the flip side.